What's up, everybody? My name is Logan Wedgewood. I'm the Bantam development coach for the Delta Tigers under the North Delta Blue Jays organization. I played 4 years of Western Major Baseball League as a catcher for the Edmonton Prospects and four years in Canadian Collegiate Baseball for the Douglas College Royals and the Okanagan College Coyotes. After I finished up my playing career, I coached 3 years at the college level for the Coyotes as their catching and hitting instructor. I'm also the social media coordinator for Baseball BC, and I'm here today to do the speaker series. So today I want to talk about catchers' communication, mound visits, and verbal and nonverbal communication with pitchers to try and get the most out of their pitches. Mound visits are always tricky with catchers that I work with because a lot of times it's a feel thing, and some catchers have a difficult time knowing what to say and when to go out there and talk to the pitcher. So I've listed a couple of vital times to go talk to pitchers and what to say at those times. So obviously a mound visit is to encourage communication with pitchers and to tell them something that you obviously don't want the other team to know. Okay, but more often than not, it's just to calm a pitcher down, talk to a pitcher through a tough situation in the game, or to get on the same page. So one of the first and probably the most common time where I would have gone to talk to a pitcher, and what I encourage my catchers to go talk to a pitcher, is to give them a break, because pitching takes a lot of energy. You can't throw, 20 pitches, 25 pitches back to back to back with a lot of stress and continue having your best stuff. So one of the most common times when I tell catchers to go talk to their pitcher is to give them a break, to let them slow down, catch their breath, take a deep breath, and be able to deliver that next pitch with intensity and with conviction. The second, probably most common time or maybe most vital time to go talk to a pitcher is to discuss strategy. So say you're in a very tense situation in the game, you're late in the game, and you have maybe the team's best hitter coming up next, and you want to go talk to your pitcher about what to do with that batter. Now, it's important not to go up and talk to the pitcher and tell them what you want coming up. I always found that you get the best results when you ask them what they're feeling comfortable doing, or you ask them what they want to do, and then you work with that information, because as you know, it's a pretty common phrase, the wrong pitch at the right time thrown with conviction is more effective than the right pitch at the right time thrown without any confidence. So it's important to talk to the pitcher about what they want to throw, get their input, so that when they do throw that pitch against that best pitcher in a very clutch situation, that they're doing it with their full heart, full intensity, and they want to throw that pitch. That goes a long way when it comes to getting a pitcher's confidence in terms of your relationship with them, and also in that exact moment, that situation, getting the best result out of your pitcher. The third time that I would say, and this one kind of varies with coaches, but I've had a lot of coaches tell me to go talk to the pitcher to buy time for the bullpen to warm up. So you're in a tough situation, maybe your pitcher has a lot of pitches and things have gone sideways very fast. 3 pitches in the 6th inning, 7th inning, and a double and a single kind of thing, and the game is now starting to speed up a little bit. Sometimes you have to go talk to the pitcher to allow the bullpen to start getting ready a little bit faster if maybe you want to bring in a lefty to face the next left-handed hitter, that kind of situation. So to be able to buy time, but it's also important not to just go up there and say nothing, right? You want to go up to the mound and have a good conversation, because more often than not, that pitcher still has to face another hitter. So just to go up there and do nothing is a waste a little bit. So you want to still have a positive conversation and get something out of that conversation. So that could tie back into, giving the pitcher a break. So you just go up there and you say, hey, I'm just here to give you a breather. Let's calm down, take a deep breath, and let's make sure that this next pitch is thrown with everything you got, because this is an important one. And the other thing is, at the same time, you can also go up there and discuss strategy for the next hitter. Even if you have an idea as to what you want to do, or you have an idea as to what they're going to say, buying the time for the bullpen is important, but you don't want to just go up there and say, hey, man, I'm just buying time for the bullpen to get ready so that we can yank you out of here. It's important to have a purpose when you go do that mound visit. And it also helps with building trust and relationships with your pitchers, which is at the utmost importance for a catcher to do. The fourth, and this is the one that I think catchers have the most difficulty with, is the encouraging mound visit, where, you know, your pitcher's struggling and you're needing to tell them something, because the catcher, in my opinion, needs to be another coach on the field. They need to be somebody to go up there, because the coach only gets 2 mound visits an inning, and that second one, they got to take the pitcher out. So, and with the game changing now to limited mound visits to help speed up pace of play, it's important that those mound visits say a lot. But, you know, you only have until the umpire calls you back. So those encouraging mound visits are very important, and they're also the most difficult to do. So the one piece of information that I can give you about those encouraging mound visits is you have to know your pitcher, right? You have to know what makes them tick. If you have a pitcher on the mound that is very intense and they need, you know, kind of a shot in the leg to get going, then maybe you need to understand that you need to be a bad guy sometimes. And you need to go up there and you need to get mad at them a little bit. I've had those pitchers. I'm not a mad guy. I'm not someone who gets on my teammates. I'm an encourager. But I do know when I have a pitcher who needs that, who maybe has lost a little bit of focus today or is having a low intensity kind of day, and I know that they're at their best when they're at their high intensity. So again, it's about knowing your pitcher. Maybe you have a pitcher who shuts down when they get, you know, intimidated or when they get challenged. So that's the type of pitcher that if you want the best out of them, you need to understand that going up there and yelling at them isn't going to help. You have to go up there and you have to give them a positive message. You have to give them affirmation and encouragement and say, you know, hey, this is working really well today. Let's keep going with that. You're doing a really good job. Like, you're getting some unlucky bounces. So let's keep working and let's keep that ball down, or let's keep hitting our spots, and we're going to get through this. But you need to make sure that you're throwing these pitches with conviction. But you can do this, right? Those kind of mound visits are different. So you need to understand who your pitcher is and what's going to help them at that moment, because not everybody's the same. And even as a catcher, you know, you have coachability aspects where some coaches you don't vibe with. Well, it's the same thing with pitchers. You need to have different perspectives and different ways to go talk to those pitchers to be able to interact with them in positive ways. And again, you got to get the most out of your pitcher, and that's your job as a catcher. Now, that's all of the different types of mound visits, but there's more that we can do besides going out to the mound. I call them half visits. So let's say you strike out a guy in a really big spot, taking that couple steps towards the mound and just giving them a fist bump, or saying, hey, let's go, stay focused, you got this one here. That's of a lot of importance as well. So having that presence of mind to be able to be a verbal leader while also being a body language leader is kind of a mound visit in itself, and it can go a long way in terms of affirmation and encouragement towards your pitcher. You don't need to talk strategy, and you're not saying any secrets or anything like that. You're just going about halfway to the mound and you're saying, you know, good job, let's keep going, you know, stay right there, keep doing your job, you're doing a great job, that kind of thing. So that's kind of a half mound visit, and that goes a long way. The other one in terms of communication with your pitcher is body language. And that body language is very important, especially when you call a pitch. For me, and you'll see it a lot in the major leagues, if I need a pitch, right, and we all know what that means. If I need a pitch, as in my pitcher is having a hard time burying that curveball into the dirt, I need that pitch to be in the dirt with this guy. I know they're going to chase that curveball in the dirt. I'm gonna let them know with my body language. I'm going to say, hey, let's go, all right? I'll call a pitch and I'll go, letting them know, hey, we need this one. Let's go on this one, right? And doing that without using my words, obviously, because I don't want to tell the hitter, hey, come on, get this in the dirt. But, you know, those body language cues, tapping the dirt with your glove, smoothing the dirt out, saying, hey, let's get down here. Even telling the pitcher, let's get it out here, call a curveball, tap the dirt. Those kind of body language moments can help a pitcher a lot in terms of getting their mind right to deliver this pitch, right? So those are just different types of communication and mound visits that you can do with pitchers to help them get to the top of their game and to help them deliver what you need to deliver. Thanks for listening. If you guys liked what you heard, you can follow me on my social media account on Instagram at Coach Wedge 14. Have a good day, everybody.